Ships sunk bigger of the waves are skimming barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning. Rise and reign.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 27 KJV. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Hey fellow shavers, Leroy here. Know Me Or Shaves / this is my channel, Know Me Or's Journey. It's taking me some time to get used to that name change. Anyways, I do apologize for the hiatus. Lots and lots of stuff going on. Happy late Father's Day to all you fathers out there that that do have some children, whether they're blood or step, doesn't matter. They're your kids. I was really hoping to do a video for Father's Day, but it just didn't quite work out. But anyways, really quick, I did get a paddle strap for Father's Day, which is actually pretty cool. This razor that I'm going to be using actually was strapped on this, so we're going to give it a test, see how it goes. I've got two razors that I have here to use, plus a backup. One, I can't remember. I don't know if I've used this razor yet. So this is I've been looking for one of these for a very long time. I love the Gillette new open comb, the long comb. I love it. It's hands down my favorite vintage razor next to the Fat Boy. But anyways, I have one that's pretty rugged. Where's it at? Oh, shucks. Where did I put it? Oh no, I can't remember where I put it. Hold on. Well, some of them must be back in the room. Anyways, I've got one of these. It's in bad shape, but it's a fantastic shaver. My last trip to Boise, I found this in an antique mall. $15. It's in absolutely beautiful shape. No case, but that's okay. Really hit or miss on cases. I did find a Fat Boy in a case for $12, but it needs a lot of work. But the only downside is this guy right here. One of the teeth is a little bit crooked, but I just haven't taken the time to straighten it out yet. Whatever. But that's not the point of this. The point of this video is the shave soap. Hopefully, those of you that are watching here, you follow Stephen Davidson. He's been on he's taken his channel to a new journey. He's been experimenting in different aspects of the wet shaving world, right? You guys know he hones razors. Does a pretty good job too. I've tested some of his edges in the past, but he's actually gotten into soap making, and he sent me 2 bars of his first batch of shave soap. You can tell by the thumbnail that's what I'm going to be using, but 2 bars. This is the second time that I've used this. The first time was with a DE. This time I'm going to try it with a couple straights. I've got some edges that I want to test. So this one is fresh off the stones. I felt it was struggling a bit, so I thought, what the heck, let me go back to the stones. This was done up on my brand new to me Ozuku. But I felt the bevel was still good enough, so I just went from Botan all the way through, right? Botan, Tenjo, Mejiro, Koma, and then Tomo. Did the whole 9 yards. So we'll get into that one a little bit more. This one over here, my no name, I have no idea what this is. Again, I think someone had mentioned before it's probably a Sheffield, who knows, but there's no maker's marks on it. This was something, again, that I got for like $12, I think, in Oregon. But I've honed this on my JNAT too, and the edge has been holding up really well. I just gave it a good stropping, and its HHT is just pretty much right where you want it. This was a razor that, when the first shave off my new JNAT, felt like I couldn't even feel the edge, and that's how smooth it was and sharp. So yeah, but again, I'm sorry, that's not the star of the show. The star of the show is in this bowl right here. So this is hardened up quite a bit. It behaves like a triple milled soap right now. I know nothing about soap making. I just like to use it. That's it. There's no scent, right? So this one says 50% potassium hydroxide, 50% sodium hydroxide, 80% stearic acid, 10% coconut oil. I don't know. It says super fat. I know nothing. That's just what the label says. But I'm sure Stephen will chime down below. So again, thank you, Stephen, for this. Brush, I'm going with my wolf whiskers. So again, what I did, I just shaved a bunch of pieces off the soap and put it into this bowl and got it blooming. And then here in a second, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the bloom water on my face and we'll get cracking. That was a bit long-winded. I apologize for the long intro, but I'm really excited about this. So again, like I said, I used the soap for DE. It handled beautifully. It was nice and slick. So now straight razor is going to be the ultimate test. All right, let me put this blue water on my face. Oh, it's cracking. I think I said that once already, but it is what it is. So that's the thing, right? It's little chunks. So I got a few little chunks that came out in my hand with the blue water. But it's okay. Oh, and since my last shave video, I should say, I got a haircut. Oh, it was so nice to get that trimmed up. All right, I'm gonna get some hot water on the, oh man, shucks. Just got soap drips all over my razor. Boy, you know, one of the reasons for not making shave videos as often as I want is housework. You know, you become a homeowner, it's a lot more chores to do around the house. So I, 2 weekends ago, I think it was 2 weekends ago, I think it was, I actually, dang, it's too much water. 2 weekends ago, I filmed myself trimming my palm trees and cutting those things up. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll work those clips into either a shave video or maybe just post them randomly on the channel. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, I'm lathering up. So I'm not really great at bowl lathering. So typically what I do, I just put a bunch in the bottom of a bowl and I use that to load my brush. Works for me. Someday I'll get better at bowl lathering. I got for Christmas or my birthday, Christmas, I got a new Captain's Choice copper shave bowl. Wonderful, wonderful little bowl. And I haven't had a chance to really put it through its paces yet. But it's caked up pretty good, I think. All right. Let's get some of this proto lather. Besides how slick the soap is, I didn't have any issues with irritation either, so that's always a big plus. Granted, there's no fragrance oils in here, so I'm sure that's a big part of it, right? Water's that? Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's build up this lather. My hair is still kind of in the way. Yeah, so was it, today is Saturday. Trying to think here. Thursday. It was really, really hot that day. Not as hot as Wednesday, but Thursday was still pretty warm. But luckily it wasn't as warm as Wednesday was because we actually lost power. The entire city pretty much lost power. There were a few areas that had power, they were still operating, but the majority of residences, no power is rough. So my place, we lost power at about 5 p.m. and we didn't get power back until 2 a.m. It was rough. Didn't expect that. Solar doesn't help you in a power outage unless you actually have batteries. Kind of messed up, huh? Anyways, so this soap, you can see it can take some water. Making a mess here. This is a week's worth of growth. That's the other thing. I've been shaving, if I'm lucky, twice a week, but mostly it's been once a week. And I do have a week's worth of growth here. It's just so bad. I shaved day before Father's Day. Sorry, I'm on my tippy toes so I can see over the camera, so I can check out my lather here. But I hope everybody's doing well. Oops, man, I'm dripping lather everywhere. Look at that. I can add some more water. Son of a gun. We're starting to get a nice little sheen to it. Nice. Very nice. This is the furthest I've taken it. It's holding water pretty well. You know, when you do a straight shave, you have to make sure your lather's on point to have a good shave. Oh my gosh, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful. Woo, I'm making a mess. Good thing wife isn't home. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the one that's freshly off the stones, as that edge I know isn't quite as good as my other razor. I probably just need a little bit longer. So, man, my Ozuka is like, it's really, really hard. I've showcased it before on the channel. It's a hard stone. So it takes a while to build up a slurry, and then also no base stone gets kicked up, so it's all Nagura. All right, first pass. Where's my bird? Whoa. Ha, lost it. Really nice. This is the tricky part. Really nice. Nice. Woo! It's so exciting when you get a successful hone. It's really exciting. Takes a long time to learn your stone, though, I'm telling you. It really does. Okay, so there's nothing here, right? I'm gonna do a little residual slickness test. Not bad. Not too bad. Cool. Let me change hands. Actually, since it's in my right hand, let me just do the neck real quick. I was a little bit against the grain and it felt pretty good. So, I'm not sure if anybody knows, this is actually a gold dollar. It's a gold dollar brand razor that I bought when I was in China. Now it's been quite a few years. So while it takes a good edge, it doesn't really hold the edge. That's okay. More practice on the stones, right? Nice. Really nice. Right, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna rinse this off. We'll come back for pass 2. Warm water, fix the hair. Lots of residual slickness, geez, lots. And I don't know how we can improve this formula. He asked me, hey, would you want a scent on my soap? I'm like, yeah, of course. I know sometimes the scents, the oils and whatever that you use for the scents can kind of mess up a soap a bit. So, whatever he has to do to make the soap good for him is fine. I can add a little bit more water. We're past 2 here. Yeah, but poor Stephen. He's got a lot of issues with various scents. Sucks. I mean, half the fun of this hobby is really all the varieties that we have, you know? And if you can't use them, oh man, it takes a lot of the fun out. I mean, I've got a similar experience. There's some scents that I just absolutely love, but I can't use them because of the whatever those scents are made out of. I just can't do it. One of the worst was Katie's Bubbles. One of their most famous ones. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's got a synthetic sandalwood, and it just lit me up. Oh my gosh. It's a French name. La Pete something. Not so good against the grain right there. But actually, pretty good. Huh, yeah. Never mind. So, when I'm honing, I won't bother shaving with the blade until I get an okay HHT. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a 5 where when the hair touches the edge, it just boom, it just jumps off. No, I mean, if I hear if I can feel a little bit of for lack of a better term, a tug, and it cuts cleanly, fine. I'm okay with that. That's what this one does. And even some spots the hair would kind of like lay back, but you couldn't feel a tug. So it's like on the edge of where I usually like it. Like the other one that I have, I mean, clean. The edge, when I drop the hair on the edge, it doesn't jump away, but I mean, it just falls right off. I can't feel no tug. There's no sound. It's pretty cool. Okay. Right, let's see here. Really not bad for a homemade soap. You see it's holding the structure pretty well. It's kind of a little bit starting to get a little foamy, a little airy. But it's still holding pretty well. There we go. Not bad. Better than close enough for government work. Obviously it can be a little bit closer here, but that's a part where I struggle always anyways. I don't want to push it. I can't do against the grain with shavettes or straight razors. I don't like pushing it. These whiskers right here is like freaking wires. All right, I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna start getting irritation. Very, very, very nice. And it rips off. 21 minutes. Good shave though, really good shave. The other thing I'm kind of excited about is I've tightened up my diet a bit, and I've actually dropped 10 pounds since last month or so. So not too bad. Not the greatest of pace, but good enough. Slow and steady wins the race. Let me rinse my brush out a little bit real quick. It's driving me nuts. Then we'll do the sign off, the recap, however you want to say it. Okay, that's not fully rinsed out, but good enough for the recap. All right, so what did I use? Okay, wolf whiskers. This is my custom wolf whiskers. It's got a badger knot in there, 2-band. Went with this not so obvious gold dollar, but it's a gold dollar. I like it. It's got a big, heavy blade to it. I really like the big blades. And star of today's party, really, Stephen Davidson's homemade soap. Really, really good stuff. I'm not sure if he intended this to be this hard, but it's hard. But yeah, I mean, I put it here in the little trusty bowl, and it worked out amazingly. So thank you, Stephen, so much for that. That's my shave, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got some more honing that I want to do. I've got a vintage Fredericks blade that I'm working on. It's a beefy blade with a smile. So I'm learning how to do that. That's what I was doing with this razor, right? So it's got a very slight smile, very slight. So I'm learning a stroke on a cheap razor before I, attempt it on a vintage razor. So got some cool stuff coming up that I'll be able to share later. But this video is long enough. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I hope everybody is doing very, very well. Summertime is here now, so please stay cool out there. Those of you who live in the hot areas, stay hydrated. Get those electrolytes in, all right? And as always, I really appreciate the support. Hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your weekend. Remember, as always, don't text and drive, all right, my friends? God bless each and every one of you. Take care.